Okay. At 6 o'clock, we have our terror Protoss, the unstoppable. It is Dewalt. At 7 o'clock, we have our newcomer, our challenger, Sky Terran. He's Sky Terran. We'll see if he goes Sky Terran, but I doubt it. We'll see if he survives long enough to even be able to go Sky Terran. I checked. So Dewalt, we already know he's good. We already knew that before anyway. So what I've been trying to do is, I forgot to do this with Ace, but it's interesting to, at the start of the game, for me at least, just do what their scores are, I guess, what their history is with the profile that they're playing with. So his current games, he's got 752 wins and he's got 495 losses and he's got 9 disconnects. That's like whatever, it doesn't really mean anything unless it's all disconnects. So we've only been able to see a little bit of Terran at the beginning of the day, and that was with Aussie. And we did see, I think, some pretty good Terran games. I'd say really good Terran games, actually. I am concerned. Okay, Dewalt is going back to clockwise scouting. And so he's going to scout Terran last, which is good for Terran. Terran is also going to scout, though, and he's going to give himself away. Sometimes I just think that it might not even be worth it to scout as Terran when you know you're going up against a Protoss, because, unless he goes counter, is he going to do a cross scout? No way. Oh, wait. I'm going to try to not be biased, but my Terran heart is like, just stay hidden for a little bit longer, Terran, because you know what's going to happen. Okay, so he's sending a probe anyway. He's going to scout him, so it wasn't going to be the last scout. He sees him. Oh, he might lose his probe. It's taking a lot of hits, and there's another Marine coming up, so if he's paying attention, trying to kill probes with Marines is, for me specifically, is a personal struggle. And now, first things first, you just send your SCV, get your full scout. It's taking a Nexus. So Protoss went Forge first into Nexus, then got his gateway. He's going to have his, not his pylon, but his pylons and his cannons coming up. He can go for a wall here, cannons if he wants to. He's going to send another probe just to make sure that our Terran is at 7 o'clock, who is expanding behind this. No gas, just pure Marines. I wonder, he's probably starting a supply depot. Is he going to start an academy soon? Because if he starts, he needs to get his gas pronto. Terran is posturing, but there's not a ton you can do, and he needs to be careful, because if he starts sending in these Marines and he doesn't watch them, they're going to get obliterated. Oh, it might get that probe. Nice. Okay, so gets 2 probes, loses an SCV. That's going to happen no matter what. Might have been worth it to just queue it up and run it in circles. Worst case scenario, you just watch for that much longer. Dewalt, I wouldn't say is stressing, because he's got those cannons. If Terran had, I don't know, twice this amount, he might be able to break it. Again, though, he's just barely starting his academy, and he's got his refinery almost finished. I'm like so excited. I try not to click around too much, because I know as a viewer it's pretty disorienting, but I just want to see everything, and I want to talk about everything that's going on. So he's got 1 Zealot versus 7 Marines with another 5 Marines at the front. And I was gonna say, if Terran's not careful, he could drag those cannons back, or the Marines back into the cannons. I really think. What's up?
So did Protoss go Nexus first? I'm sorry.
He went Forge Nexus and then Gateway. And so far, historically, I think RJBTV is the closest one to beating Dewalt. I think just that S tier ladder player is just shaming all of our fastest players. Goodness gracious. That's okay.
Well, not to say that we should all feel bad, but Dewalt shames better and even Korean players, on a daily basis, so.
I guess that's true. My first reaction is like, no, we all should feel bad. I feel bad, but not really. You're right. Dewalt is, and didn't he move to Korea not too long ago? I thought he's been playing in Korea, but I don't know.
Yeah, he's not there right now, but while he was in Korea, he tried to qualify for ASL, so which barely missed out on, but
Dang.
Yeah.
Dude, look. Oh,
This
actually,
thing
I
had
remember
fire
Artosis
bat
going.
attempt.
Yeah. There's no. Oh, that was so close. There was no cannons. If he was out of that range of the Dragoon, there was hope. There was going to be a pro barbecue. That would have changed everything. Yeah. Dude, I was hopeful. I love seeing the barbecue, the robotics barbecue. Terran's got a lot. Protoss has got a lot. Terran's got a lot. Protoss just more cannons, safety cannons. We didn't tell him that he could only build 5, so unless you told him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's only for PvP. That's only for PvP.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Terran can't die, but he can't break Protoss. Dude, he went double CC. Good for him.
Yeah,
Get it while you can.
Sort of calling that bluff on Protoss, right? Like, you're just gonna build Nexus. I'm just gonna build Command Center. So
look at this.
Definitely the right play. Get that eco advantage ASAP while you can.
He's got the eBay in the right spot, but we're gonna see Reavers, I imagine, out of Dewalt. So he's got a lot of supply depots. This is kind of what I was thinking. This is what's different from our new Terran versus Aussie. Again, Aussie was prepared, so he knew what to do. I'm just going off of just like basic level what I think should be done, or what I've seen one or two times before, which is a wall at the front for Terran, and then you just need to survive drops until you're big enough that you can do a massive push with mech and kill Protoss like instantly, essentially. So we actually haven't even seen very long games either to get to that point. But I guess he's gonna, what do they call it, like the bulldog or something like that, where you just try to bust down the front. That's what it looks like we're gonna see here.
Right, definitely. The one difference here, you don't really see the Reaver go in from the back, but I think this sort of works out perfectly fine as well. You're sort of just trying to bust the bunkers for the Dragoons.
Yeah.
Don't think he's gonna break though. I think the bunkers are just gonna hold up.
He's not really, well, maybe he is trying to target the Reaver. It didn't seem like he was targeting the Reaver as it was shooting down like the front of his base, but it might have been. Yeah, anyway, so this is, I guess it wasn't, whether he takes it this or not, or as it is or not, it wasn't a critique against Aussie. This is just more of what I expected to see. Oh, ouch. And, oh, ouch. That Reaver is just, oh, almost died, but it is killing everything. I think he needs more SCVs up here. He needs some to, what? the sound effects? But it's true. There's no other way to say it. So anyway, he needs to be repairing and he needs to be rebuilding. It's got to be both. And I think another turret where the one was killed should be placed there too, because he might be able to thread the needle of the shuttle to just drop on top of these tanks. He'd lose the shuttle eventually, but he could probably get 2 Zealots out and the Reaver if he wanted to target Marines and the siege tanks. But
wow, great reaction. Sky pulled his Marines immediately as soon as he saw the shuttle. Down
to the bottom?
At the bottom of his base, yeah.
Okay. The problem still is the Reaver and the shuttle at the top of his base. This is scary. Oh, you're making the noises now too.
Okay.
He lives though. He lives.
Yeah.
So I thought that was it. I thought Protoss was going to break and he didn't. So the show must go on and it's going to.
Yeah, this is exactly what kind of game Artosis wants to play. He wants to shell for as long as possible and turtle until he gets 3-3 mech and just move out and win.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he wants, and that's exactly how he should be playing mech, I mean.
Well, again, I'm surprised that we really, like, yes, there's a little squad of Marines down at the bottom of his base, and he is getting upgrades. I imagine it's +1 for his mech, because I don't know why it would be anything else. And he is getting more factories, slowly, but I think, yeah, let's see if he makes. Okay, so the Reaver does get out, and it's doing its slow walk of assassination to those SCVs. I don't know if he's gonna get there or not. No.
Slow walk of an assassination.
Yeah, the slow crawl.
But here comes.
Go ahead.
Oh, here comes the sort of advantage with playing this map with the droppable is you're gonna slowly see just that, slow Terran crawl push towards, their destination, which is Protoss, right? And
True.
down at the bottom, in between 6 and 7, you see, you know, this is why you hurdle and just go cannon and dropship, or not cannon, tank and dropship.
Yeah. Well, it's there's so much shield and health and damage coming at you. I feel like of course, there's actually two turrets right where the shuttle is going to be, and this is why you see, at least in 3v3s, you see Corsair with it. Oh, but that was interesting. I think he expected that shuttle to live so he could shuttle his army in one
Yeah.
shuttle at a time. But
Elevator,
yeah, at least elevator him in. Even if he tried to put some dragoons up at the top of his base, that'd be kind of interesting too. These shuttles are causing a lot of damage, and like you said before, Terran is making his push. He's got 3 tanks at the bottom with the Marine, and if Dewalt doesn't respond to this, which he's starting to send units now, but this isn't even enough. He's sending in groups of units at a time. He's not sending enough units at a time, and this is actually getting to the point where it's kind of taxing Dewalt a little bit, because this is the first time that he's kind of been attacking and defending at the same time. Usually he can do one or the other. Terran doesn't have enough. I think that
here comes another set of drops.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to turn into base trade, but it is going to feel a little base tradey because, oh my gosh, there's just so much Protoss that's going to be in at the top left of his base.
But the DTs are clearing it away, so we're seeing right now Protoss is slowly winning these battles.
These little micro skirmishes.
Yeah.
So he hasn't lost any workers yet,
Reaver.
but he might. He might. Bah! Where's going on?
He'll run away with the Reaver.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Reaver is attacking the siege tank and he gets it, but the SCVs get away. So he needs to bring, in my opinion, he needs to bring some siege tanks down, and he needs to clear this Reaver because this Reaver is going to stay forever. He's got a ton of money still, so it's not the end of the world.
He got it. Nice.
He did get it. That was good job by both of them. Terran, even though it slowed him down, he didn't lose a lot of SCVs, and Protoss did a good job at clearing the siege tanks with those DTs. So we're kind of at a net loss or an even playing field. As the game goes on, probably still better for Terran because they are going to migrate or transition more and more into mech, and that is way more powerful than Bio is. So I think just the game extending is a good thing. Oof, that was brutal. That was good to have those DTs just kind of waiting there. Oh my gosh, this is another... Are these shuttles all full of units, or is this just a... Oh my gosh, what's going on? Oh, these shuttles, what's going on?
Oh, great job getting an Archon up there.
Yeah, Archon and a DT. Oh my gosh. I hope most of those were empty.
It can get really tricky if you're dropping, say, on the cliffs of in between 9 and 7. You can really only fit like 1 tank or 2 units at a time up there. But these vertical cliffs that you see running down from like 12 to 6, they are usually like a more accommodating cliffs. So
True.
Otherwise, he wouldn't actually be able to land like an Archon up there. But
That's a good
definitely
point.
taking full use of that. Wow.
I think what Terran should do once he gets the chance, because I know he just needs to be building, like everything that he's doing right now, I think is the right thing. If I were to just say like an addition to, he should probably start +2 because they're both on 1-1 right now. And Terran skills with their mech upgrades, as we know from watching ASL or 1v1, whatever ranked ladder stuff, that mech really does scale pretty amazingly. And he's supply blocked, which isn't so good. They're both supply blocked, but 20 supply difference is still a lot. Anyway, get those upgrades, and I don't see why he doesn't start making some science vessels because there's just so many DTs out on the map. On the Protoss side of things, again, just based off of this could be inaccurate, but from what I have seen other Protoss do is they cannon up in the middle, just like they do in 3v3. They cannon up above Terran's base and on the side of Terran's base, whatever they can. And they do what you do in 1v1s where they start putting gateways and things like that in the middle, or let's say at 3 or 5. Okay, so he does have at least a Nexus going on at 5 to get that extra gas. That'll be helpful since he can't really get too much gas at 6 o'clock. But look at Dewalt's money. He could either again, start building bases somewhere else, or throw away some probes and have a bigger army. You've got so much more money that you would even know.
Here comes a drop at 7. It doesn't seem like it's going to do all too much, and he had a lot of turrets for it. Oh, but is he going to get the storm? Oh, no, that's unfortunately not the right way to storm the...
Not the Terran.
Dang it. Yeah.
That was close.
So, usually, I'm pretty sure you do see those cannons, but in this specific scenario with the Terran being right next to you, I think the threat of a drop going up all the way around is unlikely versus seeing the drops come from right next to you. So, but yeah, I think normally any other scenario, Dewalt would just be cannoning up everywhere.
Well, even if he went into the, like, let's say if that same drop happened, but he just kind of went to the middle top-ish part of his base, in Terran's base, and then beelined it to the left and did a drop, I think that would have been way more successful. But probably part of the reason why he hasn't just gone straight to the left to drop, unless I misinterpreted what you said, is because Terran had that territory more or less. He had just a bunch of siege tanks and vision between their two bases that, of course, Protoss would try to be sneaky and maybe go around. But maybe that's not what you meant, though.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant like the Terran dropping Protoss right next to him is basically the reason why we're seeing Dewalt not necessarily build cannons everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Especially on top of this map. But yeah, the mid cannons definitely would help, especially right now.
Would have just slowed or Terran down.
Right, yeah, right now definitely. But...
Dude, and he targeted that Templar down so damn fast. That was like the first shot that those tanks had where to just massacre that Templar. Dude, it's the same trap that Terran always falls into. Their supplies are like even. They've equalized. Now it's gotten cleared up, but he didn't max out when he moved out into the middle of the map. And to me, it's like, dude, that's the trap that I always fall into. You freaking move out, they collapse on you, you lose everything, and then they can just counter and kill you. Luckily, it's not so cut and dry in a 1v1 as it is in 3v3. Protoss does have to... I wonder if Dewalt's just getting tired. He's been playing for a long time. I wonder if fatigue is setting in.
That definitely has to be part of that thing. Oh, here's another drop coming.
Do you see 5 o'clock?
Yeah, but he's gonna get a drop off 7. Oh,
he only got, okay, he got all but 2 SCVs, so that was really good. That was really good. At first I was gonna say, what if all the, nope, he didn't. He sent a lot of SCVs away. Okay, I thought Terran was gonna target down the shuttles as they came in, but they didn't.
Yeah, he has about 24 SCVs left, mining minerals, so he definitely got a lot, but
it's
that
still
could have been a lot worse.
He's only building. Okay, now he started queuing up more carriers for this transition. This is kind of scary. He's in a precarious situation, and I'm even talking about Dewalt because he doesn't have a lot of cannons, and Terran is literally knocking at his door. Dude, Terran needs to get build a detector. Anyway, cannons, or not cannons, carriers, I know they are kind of the win all situation or like unit in the game. And he cleared this really well, so he's buying himself time. So it's fine. Just for a second there, when that attack first started, when Terran was like right outside of Dewalt's base, I was concerned for Dewalt because Terran could have pushed in before the carriers were ready, and that would have just obviously caused it could have ended the game. But he did a really good job at clearing it. And we continue. We just got to wait, a few minutes for just him to remax on carrier, and we'll just see if Terran can even scout it in time.
Oh. He just scanned it. He just scanned
Did
the
he?
carriers.
I was just on that screen waiting to see if that was going to happen. Okay. So this is good too. Now Terran can get ready in time. This is... man. This is awesome. This is like one of the first late games that we have. A big drop.
Another drop. Oh no. Is he going to defend it?
Target the supply depots at least, or the Marines are good. Oh, it's storming everything.
Storm. Got about 4. Wow.
This is crazy.
Got about 7 SCVs so far, but the Reavers, are gonna make this messy to clean up.
For sure. And now, this is fine. I was thinking, wow, just exactly what you said. The Reavers made it difficult for him to clear it up, and now he's going to start mining a little bit later. He's got more gas even than Dewalt does, but Sky does, but then just not enough minerals, and even just the delay. Wait. What is... There's a shuttle in the very bottom left corner, and it might have a Templar in it. Okay, he's sending some
I think he
Marines.
sees it, yeah.
Okay, good. Because that happens in 3v3s too.
This is the transition period where Protoss has that issue where, okay, I'm getting carriers, but I don't have the units, and this is the part where Terran should capitalize. But the wall is doing like such a good job just keeping Terran like don't leave your base. Like I'm gonna keep you here for as long as I can until I can get my carriers up. So
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna emphasize as well. That he does that, dude. Even turning it into an Archon, it probably has more shield and health, so it just buys that much more time. Terran hasn't had a chance to go attack because he's been defending against these crazy drops. Dude, Dewalt has like still seriously so much money. It's crazy.
yeah.
He
plays the fastest mineral part really well.
Yeah, he does. He for sure does. It might, if he did get rid of some probes, and he's doing great without it, but he'd be able to have a bigger ground army during that transition. Oh, Terran again. Oh, Terran again. He just has to keep running away because, oh my gosh.
Oh, we see a ghost. There's a covert ops that's being covered up by the barracks. But
What
do we
the
see
heck?
a nuclear silo? I don't see a nuclear silo anywhere, so I'm assuming it's just for lockdowns.
It's gotta be. I would love to see lockdowns. I'd love to just even see a ghost.
Oh, you see 3 right now, or 2 right now? Or 3, right now it's 3 on the map.
Dude, he is still stuck at like 160, 170 supply, just constantly defending these drops. Dewalt is going to
Oh,
have,
here comes the carriers.
he's got 8, he's got carriers, and he's probably going to load up just another shuttle with Storm. I don't think, dude, Terran doesn't have Valkyries. He doesn't have Ghosts. Shoot, he doesn't even have Goliaths. He just started the starports in the top left of his base, but they're not making anything right now. He is up to 180, 190 supply now, targeted down. So I don't even know if I don't know if lockdown finished. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it's a Reaver and 2 Templars.
Oh, man.
It was looking good for Terran for a minute, and now we're back to it's looking good for Protoss. It's looking good for Dewalt.
Yeah, normally the response to carrier specifically would be cloaked wraiths, and
Yeah,
you would just hunt down the observers because Valkyries
cloak.
just don't do enough. But yeah, I mean, he can't even get his feet set to build wraiths. I mean, he's like stumbling to build Goliaths and turrets. He doesn't have Goliath upgrade or range upgrade yet, although he is getting it.
I think
Meanwhile,
go ahead.
oh sorry. Meanwhile, Dewalt is just landing Reavers as you would tanks and just sieging away. Oh, and the academy and armor's gonna go down.
Yeah, and if he starts targeting all these supply depots in the bottom of his base, then he's going to be massively supply blocked. I'm kind of surprised Dewalt didn't just right click on the command center. You see a lot of Protosses do that. I was also going to bring up that Terran was trying to push the front of Dewalt's base, and he technically broke it. Not that there was a ton of cannons there in the first place, but he doesn't have enough to defend at home to go capitalize to kill Dewalt, I guess, or to keep pushing forward. It was, oh my gosh, it's not over yet, but it's starting to look worse and worse for Terran. He's not supply blocked because his supply is just so low. I'm bummed. He had time to prepare, but the harass was so good from Dewalt and the drops. He had that one iffy drop, but everything after that was just so strong that he didn't have, like, he's just rebuilding to constantly counter the drops, that he wasn't ready for the carriers. This is what I think anyway. Even though he knew that it was coming, he couldn't get ready for it.
Right. No, that's exactly what it is. And I mean, it's like, yeah, he could have prepared for it earlier, but then would he have the threat that he was able to possibly muster? You know, obviously that didn't come into play because of the drops, but you know, he was sort of banking on, I need to do as much damage as I can.
Right.
Like, risk making Goliaths as late as he can, so.
Dude, we're going to see Terran die from Carrier Reaver.
I mean, that's the greatest play of all. Like, if anyone here is watching us play and never played Fastest before, you can get far with going carriers, make cannons, make Reavers, and then make carriers. So,
yeah.
CRC.
Dude, he was This is our Terran Hope, man. He's the one who took Dewalt the distance, the longest game I think Dewalt has had. And yeah, look at this. There's nothing to even counter these Reavers that are just they're shooting at the bunker,
kills.
but
Yeah.
before they
GG.
were GG.